Hello and welcome to the Pixel Power Up podcast. I am Kevin Allen, and with me today, as always, is
Ikaika
and Wesley.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing okay. I just finished a presentation, so it's like almost the weekend. One more day of school.
We're almost there. Last stretch. And how was your guys' spring break? You guys play any video games during this week long we got away from school?
Yeah, no.
No?
Not during that week, but I managed to squeeze in some this week. But
what did you play?
What did you play, Wesley?
We're
mixing it up.
Yeah,
We're going straight to
We're
Wesley.
going straight to this, yeah.
Now I'm going to...
right out the gate.
I'm in a weird headspace right now.
How are you going to do this?
I don't know.
So I played the first of 3 missions in the new Starcraft DLC with Nova. Terran Ghost.
Yeah, she's the sniper lady, right?
Yeah, so she's the sniper you see. She isn't a very well-developed character in the series.
She was going to get her own game for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
was
they
in
had
development
like the Starcraft
for
Ghosts
a long time, and then
first-person shooter, and it didn't come out. People were disappointed. But you know what can you say? I still think there's room for like an FPS.
Yeah,
Starcraft.
I would hope so.
Because of the lore you could use, the storylines, it's just all there.
Yeah.
So this game appears to be set after the events in StarCraft II Legacy of the Void expansion, where the Terran Dominion's now led by, instead of Mengsk, it's led by his son, because now you have like Raynor's Raiders, the outlaw group, Admiral Horner, one of the main characters there, is now part of the Dominion military. So it still is the blue instead of the red, so that was neat to see. And it seems to be like some kind of conspiracy where like there's a new group, I guess similar to Raynor's Raiders, that are kind of like fighting against the Dominion now again.
Like another kind of outlaw group.
Yeah, like a splinter faction.
Another faction.
Nova and some other ghosts were abducted and they can't remember what happened to them. So it's kind of interesting. And she's like wanted as a criminal after the first mission. She's told that she's part of this group, but she didn't realize she was.
So you're kind of like...
So now I'm like barely into the lore, so I'm curious to see what the second 2 missions of the 3.
You're kind of like putting the pieces back together,
it's like,
trying to figure out...
You're just like tossed in
to
a scenario where you have to like rescue all your team members, kill all the guards, start to learn their abilities.
That's cool.
So
how was the gameplay? Is it a single hero?
So the gameplay is a single hero.
Okay.
You start with Nova. Well, I guess you're always going to control Nova throughout the series. So in the first mission, you're kind of going around where you were abducted to. You're escaping the facility. So you rescue 3 of your other teammate ghosts, and then you go on a highway and you're trying to escape all your pursuers who are trying to kill you.
Highway?
Yeah.
Are you like driving in a car?
You're on one of the like hover bikes.
Oh, okay.
Of the series. I think
That's
like
pretty
Vipers
cool.
or whatever. Not Vipers, but yeah.
How do they do that?
So it's like side scroller.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's literally like a side scroller, and you like shoot things behind and in front of you and over you.
That's weird. I really wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I'm aiming to get some gameplay up eventually. I just played it last night just to get a feel for it, and then I'll probably try to do a recording and link this, or a review.
You could do a review.
I could do a review. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, okay.
Always have more video games.
This is happening, I guess,
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
I'll write you down right now.
I'll write a review, yeah.
Yeah, Ikaika's writing it down on his piece of paper. That means it's going to happen.
My non-existent free time, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right.
But no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I pre-ordered it. You got some new extra skins, character decals, other things as a bonus. So I'm looking forward to all the different packs, and I hope they kind of continue this. I don't think with Blizzard, their DLC isn't so much money grab, it's like actual content. And I feel like this is content.
Yeah.
And where they've spread out StarCraft 2, they took a game that could have been like 3 separate games, but had one base game, then expansion, and kind of created a larger game within a whole. But you didn't feel like you were getting money. You know?
Yeah, they don't feel like they're money grabbing. It feels like they're actually trying to make
produce content that you actually enjoy and want to learn, play.
And Blizzard's always been really good about that stuff. I mean, they have a lot of money.
Yeah, they're so successful they can just be like, oh, we're producing a game. 8 years later, it comes out.
Yeah, they're essentially like Steam, where it's like,
we could produce Half-Life 3, but we're also raking in all this cash right now. Yeah. Let's wait for rainy days.
Like, we are, Scrooge McDucking into piles of gold. Like, we could just wait. Yeah. So did you play anything else, Wesley? Or...
No, that was my main game.
That was your main game?
Squeezed it in.
Got that in there. I mean, it's busy right now. Finals are kind of slowly creeping up on us. So
projects.
Yeah, projects are being due. Presentations.
40 more days.
Ikaika, 40 more days.
To graduation for you, and I got another year.
Yeah, so. Hey, I'm over here with like 2.5 years. Like you guys are
oh, God.
lucky. Ikaika, what have you been up to this past week?
So Saturday, I had a barbecue day with my friends. And I was like, all right, this is the first day of going to the beach. I'm going to go to the beach, like try to go every day so I can come back and be tan.
Yeah, like me.
And I'm still pale because I stayed indoors every day and played video games.
That's the way to do it.
I mean, I went outside, but that was only to go see a couple movies. But otherwise, I was inside playing video games.
What movies did you see?
I first saw Zootopia.
How was that?
That's really good.
It looked really good.
I really need to see that, yeah.
It has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it pretty much deserves it. It's really good. It's kind of predictable in a sense, but it's still like the morals about it and just like jokes and everything. It's pretty original.
Yeah, predictability can be good as long as the actual movie is being done very well. That's okay.
It's more predictable, as in I've seen so many movies. I know what the twist is going to be, where the normal audience is just going to be like, "What? That happened?" But like, yeah.
So as someone that's seen a lot of movies, you're kind of being able to predict it.
Yeah, usually I don't predict every movie, but if I sense there's going to be like a twist, I know what the twist is going to be usually.
Yeah. That's pretty cool because that's like the opposite of me, where I'll just be surprised by everything. Like I was watching Mr. Robot, and it's essentially a movie about like a hacker guy, and he keeps seeing his dad, and spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
It turns out to be a Fight Club thing where he is his dad, and like I looked on the internet because I was so freaked out about it, and everyone was like, "Yeah, I saw that coming." Like it was so obvious, and I'm like, "Man, that was the most surprising thing for me this year."
No,
anyway,
I'm not gonna watch it.
No, it's still very good. You should watch Mr. Robot.
And I also watched Batman vs Superman.
How was that?
You can read my review on Kaleo.org.
Oh, nice plug.
It was basically but I read it and it was it's pretty good review. I liked it, but it's like a mixed bag. I think is what you came from.
I'm more on the positive side, where everyone else is just hating the movie. Like I told you earlier, it's more geared toward the comic audience, where they don't hand feed every single thing. So people who aren't familiar with the comics or just the lore of Justice League are not gonna really understand. And I mean, for sure, it's so messy and stuff, but just read my review.
Yeah. I mean, I respect them for doing that, but also I think I also told you this earlier. If it's a movie, it's to such a broad audience that they should definitely be gearing it towards.
Yeah, it shouldn't be ultra specific to one segment of the population,
especially a relatively small population.
Yeah,
like
that demographics, it doesn't make you money.
It's not going to work out for you.
Just the main issue is they're playing catch up with Marvel, as in like they're trying to make a universe within one movie.
Yeah, I mean,
which is very silly. They should have taken their time and built it up well.
Because everyone says superheroes movies are going to die. They're not going to die. They're going to be around forever. That's just like saying action movies are going to be dead. No, action movies still come out.
Yeah, it's like it's still going to make money. And especially when you have large companies like Disney and all this producing this content.
Yeah, that's right. Now that Disney's behind it, it's going to be around forever. Like the sun's going to explode.
They'll just keep pushing it until even if people don't want it, they'll create the desire to want it.
Disney's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Hey, video games.
Back to video games.
Yeah.
So
our movie minute's over. What have you been playing, Ikaika?
So I jumped into Assassin's Creed 4 again, Black Flag.
Okay.
Because I told you
I was
like
down earlier.
I was like, I don't really like this.
Yeah.
I found out a way for me to enjoy it.
Is it just by stabbing everyone?
So you know how
That's how I enjoy it.
I don't know if you can on the Xbox, but on the PS4 you can use Spotify and play in game.
No, I did not know that.
So you can use your you just turn on the Spotify on the system, and then you can use your phone or laptop to control whatever you're gonna play. So you don't have to go back to the menu, and it'll play the music in game. So I listened to the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack as I played.
That's
Black
pretty much
Flag,
the whole game,
and the game is amazing now.
Yeah, I bet.
And also it's because I finally got to where I have the ship and I could do whatever I want.
You kind of opened up the world a little bit.
So
you got into the actual game.
Once I go on land, it's kind of boring, but I just love being on the ship. And then just with Hans Zimmer's score to Pirates of the Caribbean, it's just that much better.
They really did ship combat well in that game. compared to a lot of other games where it's like very slow and trotting. That game is like, yo, I got a battering ram on the front of my ship. I'm
Let me
just
just
gonna go
ram into
straight
everyone,
them,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna fire my cannons inside of them.
But then when you see like
That's
those,
sexual.
I don't. My ship isn't too like upgraded, so when I see one of the really large ships, I get kind of scared and I have to like run away.
Yeah.
But then they'll like follow you. But it's so fun. I didn't get too far in the game because I was just doing side missions and stuff. But I definitely played at least like 9 hours of the spring break.
I mean, a lot of that game is doing side missions, though. Like the side content in all of the Assassin's Creed games are like
It's basically most of the content.
It's most of the content. You have like 12 story missions in there.
Yeah, it's just like how I play Grand Theft Auto. I don't like doing the missions. I just like messing around.
Yeah, screw around.
So the next game, I actually got it over the weekend. Just Cause 2 was only $3. So
That's really cheap for a very good video game.
yeah, the last time I played it was on the PS3 when they had a demo. It was like a 30-minute demo of just do whatever you want. And I would just play that for hours and like being so stupid and like fly a plane and crash it into things and use the zip or the
Grappling hook?
the grappling hook to
Yeah.
like bring people to you and then just like hit whip them. I don't know. It's so much fun and just
That's really all you really do in that game.
like the first like you're at like a night mission. I was like, oh, I just want to be in the city and do whatever I want. And
Yeah.
then now I'm there and I'm happy.
But doesn't that game start with you like being dropped out of a plane?
Yeah, that's basically how all the Just Cause
You like you're skydiving like at a million feet. Yeah, those games are great. I heard that third one was less great, but still pretty fun. If
It
you
looks
just
pretty
want
awesome.
To screw around and
I watched some of it and
Yeah.
it was pretty cool, but
blow stuff up.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's on Steam has the sale, but Green Man Gaming has had an Ubisoft sale over the weekend. So
Oh,
that's
Steam
why.
had an Ubisoft sale as well too. Yeah.
So that's why it was only $3. And then I used another code to get another 20% off. So I went from like $4 to like 3 something.
Jeez.
I bought and started playing Shell Shock Live, which it's the tank game we were talking about earlier.
Oh,
So
it's a
it's-
tank game.
So you know the Worms games?
I do.
It's like that, but with tanks.
All right.
So there's ridiculous weapons and stuff. Like there's like a banana and fireworks and a pinata.
But it's all coming out of tanks?
Well, like they don't. Not all of them will shoot it out. Like for instance, the pinata one, you shoot like a little ball out, and then like a string will come down, and it's like a pinata from like Viva Pinata, like those like really bright, colorful ones.
Oh, okay.
And then like mariachi music will start playing, and then it just explodes.
Oh, okay. So it's like wacky weapons.
Yeah.
All right.
But you can do up to 4v4. So I've mostly been playing with people like my friends and people on Twitch and from other streamers and the people in the chat. So we all just use Discord and start playing and trash talk with each other.
That sounds like a good streaming game.
It's a really fun game. Like all the streamers that I follow, they've been playing it. So and the ones that I followed, they're all connected to each other. So then they'll all like just start playing. So you'll be playing with other streamers and you'll be on like multiple streams at the same time. But it's just fun to play with everyone, and then you can be funny and just like type something in as well if you don't want to like say something, even when you're dead.
You can
But,
trash talk
yeah,
in typing as well as
exactly.
spoken trash
Yeah.
talk.
I think I played like 15 hours since I got it, and I got it like last Wednesday, so within a week.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You've been putting time
it's
into
literally
this game.
I've been doing homework and I see like Ikaika Shiveley is playing Shell Shock Live and I'm like Ikaika Shiveley is playing Shell Shock.
Hey, it's only $7. It's great.
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap.
And it's because it looks like a browser game, but you can window it. So like I'll window it and have like maybe another stream in the background while I'm watching. The only thing that I do not like about the game is the volume is so fucking loud. I have to have it at 10% and it's still loud.
Really.
Like I don't want to have it on 0, but like really 10% volume and you still can hear everything is ridiculous. And then if you forget to like turn it down, well, like after the match ends, music will start playing like the menu and it'll scare the shit out of you. So like I remember when we first played a match and then the music started and everyone like on Discord was like, oh my god, my ears. So like everyone turned their stuff down, but it's still a really loud game. I don't understand it.
That must be annoying to like mix with other audio that you might have going on.
Can you imagine having to balance that?
Yeah, that's why I have it at 10%. And then if I'm listening to like another stream or something, then I'll just have that like full blast.
Yeah, you gotta turn it up a little bit.
Then just turn your overall volume down. Yeah,
It's ridiculous. Another game I got through Green Man Gaming, which was cheap, was Shelter 2. I don't know if you've
I
played it.
don't know what that is.
No, I haven't heard of it.
You're gonna have to help me out here.
So you start as a lynx. You know,
Hey, timestamp that.
Yeah.
I'm
Timestamp.
timestamping it.
As long as,
As
we're
I'm like,
saying
yeah.
timestamp to Ikaika, we're working on some stuff.
Yeah. Make it more interesting for you guys.
Yeah, do some video stuff.
So you know how you know what a lynx is, like the cat.
All right, I just
Oh,
googled
yeah,
this.
Lynx,
I know what
yeah.
this is.
So you play as a mama lynx,
Yeah.
and then you have 4 babies. So I'm basically showing the video right now. So it's like really like polygon graphics.
It has a really cool art style.
Yeah, the art style it's really beautiful. Especially because there's different weather and different types of day and stuff, and so it goes like the pitch black, and then the stars come out and everything, and then basically you just run and try to catch
Prey and stuff.
Well, when you first
yeah.
start out, it's just rabbits, but then as you get further into the game, there's like other like bigger birds. There's like deer when you get to certain parts. So different parts of the forest, there's different prey. And then I also downloaded because it was like $2. So I was like, I'll just get the mountain DLC. The mountain DLC, it's very heartbreaking because, well, there's a bear, but I didn't have anything attack it. Like I would see the bear and then like walk away from it because you can kind of like do like Arkham detective mode, so you can see everything around you for like a couple seconds.
You can detective mode as a lynx.
Yeah, but as I was running, so first of all, when the pups are born, you get to name each one of them. So once that happened, I was like, oh god, they're gonna die, right?
Yeah. Hey, let us emotionally connect you to these very cute creatures and then kill them off.
Yeah, and then so as I was in the mountains, I like passed the bear part, and then I went up like higher into the mountains, and then I hear one of my babies screaming,
Oh god,
like realistic, like
this is really
an animal screaming, and I was like, I turned around, and a giant eagle comes, picks it up, and starts flying away, and it's like 15 feet in the air. There's no way I can get it,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
just
gone.
screaming until like you can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Tobias, no.
Oh,
Tobias.
Yeah.
Of course, Tobias was the first to go.
Yeah.
And then, but what's really cool is if when you finish the game, or eventually they get big and they get full size as you, and they become less independent and they'll hunt. They're on their own until they go away out at the very end. Then you meet a mate and the game ends, and then it starts over where you play as one of the living, surviving pups, if there are any.
Oh, that's super cool.
So it's like there's a family tree, so you can like see everything. And what's really cool is each lynx has like their own distinct fur pattern. So like I guess it'll influence like what the later babies will be.
Sure, I think that's how genetics work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure if it's that invested because I only played one thing and I was like, I gotta stop.
It was like
It was like 2
my
hours to do it,
feelings.
and I was like,
It takes like 2 hours to like fully raise your baby pups, kittens.
yeah, 2 hours until you all the way until they leave, and then you find a mate, and then you're
So it's
done.
like it's a 2 hour cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then since it's repetitive, I think that's what's cool about it is like you can follow just down the family tree instead of restarting a new game. So it's like you're continuing the story. I don't know if you can say if there's like 2 left, if you can just go to one and then go to the other. Maybe you just can only go down one line lineage. But yeah, that was really cool. I highly suggest getting that. It was
That's right.
when it was on sale, it was like $6, $5, so it's really cheap. There's also a pause shelter too, so you play as the pups instead, which seemed cool, but I didn't play it. And then the first shelter, I think you're like
You're a badger.
a badger,
You're a mother badger.
which that's cool.
Not as cool as the lynx,
Yeah,
but
the
hey,
lynx
man.
is like
I
awesome.
feel like the badger would be more scary because there's more predators after you.
Yeah, you're less of a predator as a badger. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know though. Badgers are pretty vicious, actually.
Yeah, and then they burrow.
Especially the
and-
honey badger.
Yeah.
I don't understand that meme, but yes.
But okay, so that game was great. And the last game that I played last night was the demo for Final Fantasy 15.
How is that? I did not play that.
It's like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, perfect. All right, I'm sold.
Um,
Just throw my wallet.
It's probably took about 30 minutes to play the whole thing.
It's one fight, right?
You end up going to one fight, but there's other smaller enemies along the way.
Okay.
But so like the fox that follows you, it's like, you know what a fennec fox is?
Yeah. I do know what a fox is.
But
Do you know what a fennec fox is?
Yeah, it's one of those tiny foxes.
Yeah, so With the foxes with the big white ears.
Yeah, they kind of look like rats.
Yeah. So that one, it's like, I mean, I'm not really spoiling it because...
Dude, it's a demo.
Yeah.
You can't spoil a demo. Demos are...
The demo, okay, so...
Don't worry about spoiling things, Ikaika.
So you're a kid and you're like in a dream state.
Fuck, spoiled. All right, I can't buy it anymore.
And then the fennec fox talks to you, but like as it like makes noises.
Weird. That sounds like a bad trip.
Yeah, but when it talks to you, it gives you like a phone. So like
this is a really bad trip.
It gives you a phone, and then so when it talks, like there's like a little itch thing, whatever, because it just goes like. That's like its noise. It's like a weird like squeaky thing.
You imitated that really well.
Yeah, that was really good. Like seriously,
you've been working on that in the shower.
Yeah, seriously,
you're just making that noise to yourself constantly.
Yeah. That's all I do. But
so did you like the demo though? I mean, it was fun to play.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's in a dream state. So as you get further into it, you can actually dream yourself to be an adult, and then you're stronger and everything. But the graphics. Which besides the hair, which we already talked about in past games, where hair just looks weird in games.
Hair does look weird in games.
It's really smooth, especially for just being a demo and not being the full game. It looks fantastic. It's about 3.7 gigs for the demo.
It's a big demo.
Yeah. It took about like 45 minutes, but that's just because I used the UH internet. So
that's not great.
But I suggest you download it if you have time tonight to play it.
I don't, but I have no time. I actually won't even be at my house tonight. But I will. I don't know. I kind of want to. I definitely know I'm going to buy that game, and I'm super stoked for it. And I want to be as disassociated from all the press and the information being released because I really love just going into a game blind, especially if I know I'm going to like it. For Kingdom Hearts 3, I haven't watched anything. I watched one trailer just to make sure that it was real, that it was happening, and that it wasn't like some weird fever dream. And then I'm like, all right, no more, because I like experience everything fresh and new.
Yeah, I'm still mostly, like I said in the past, I've usually just watched Final Fantasy. I never played them. I played 10 a little bit until I got stuck, and then I was just like, screw that. But this was pretty fun, even though there's not really much about the story. I think I'll wait for initial reviews to come out when it comes out.
You can read mine.
And then maybe
Final Fantasy 15 review coming soon.
September 30th.
Hey, that's news.
Sorry.
Don't be cut into other sections.
But yeah, I probably will wait maybe like a couple days before it comes out to make a decision if I'm going to buy it. But from what I played, I liked it a lot.
Awesome.
But that's about it for the week for me playing. On to you.
All right, yeah, I played some stuff. Man, this is a long We Played section. You guys actually played some video games.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Good experiences with them, too. Yeah.
I know. All right, this is a video game podcast. I played today, and I've been playing for the past few days, Street Fighter V again. I want to get good at Street Fighter V. I've been watching NorCal Regionals, and there's something about watching pro players that makes me want to become a pro player. That's never going to happen. But in my heart, I want to become a Street Fighter V pro player. So I've been training, man. I've been putting in like 2 hours a day. That's because that's all I can do because I'm so busy. But I go into the training room, practice my shoryukens, practice my half circles, practice my combos, and then I'll play an hour online, do like ranked and casual matches. And I'm slowly getting better. I'm still complete garbage, but I'm slowly getting better.
Oh yeah, from when we played last time, you were like.
I was bad. I didn't know anything, but now I know a little bit, a very small amount, like 1% of the whole picture. Not even 1%, 0.5%.
Are the servers better now?
The servers are better. I only got dropped from one game, so that was exciting. Also, the store is now open, which is cool. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of the cool alternate costumes that I want, like Sexy Ryu with his shirt off and his full-grown man beard that like no Asian can actually grow, but Ryu can because he's a video game character. And then there's also Alex. He's a new character that is playable for everyone until Capcom opens up their premium payment method, and then he'll be cut as everyone to play character. You'll have to buy him with either fight money or real money. And he's cool. I haven't played him, but I fought him a lot. He's definitely more of a grappler. He can kind of get in there really quickly with a lot of big leaps, and he can chop you. He's like a wrestler. I don't know. He's cool, though. I've been liking Street Fighter V again. I get very mad, but That's just part
That's
of getting
all of
better.
the game, yeah.
That's all of the
Yeah,
game.
That's all of the game.
And so I've only been playing that for the past few days. What I've really been playing, Stardew Valley.
Oh, you're on that game?
I'm on the Stardew Valley train.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm deep, man. I've put in 20 hours and I've only had it for maybe a few days.
Yeah, that's like nothing.
What's
that game?
Stardew Valley?
Valley.
For our uninitiated.
Yeah, let me get you into this. Stardew Valley is essentially... Have you ever played Harvest Moon?
No, but I know what it is.
So Stardew Valley is like that, where it's a farming simulator, and there's people in your town. Unlike Harvest Moon, well, actually, like Harvest Moon, you interact with a lot of the people in your town. You work towards getting a girlfriend or boyfriend, and then a husband and or a wife. And you're constantly trying to further increase your farm. But then there's also a bunch of other stuff to do in Stardew Valley. There's a dungeon that you can go to. You're constantly working on this community center that you want to recreate. And it is addictive as shit. I tell you what, Stardew Valley, there's like a constant, like...
Looking at screenshots, I can see someone was actually playing on Twitch the other day. So,
yeah, it's been super popular.
There's one person I'm following who's been playing it for a while now, and yeah.
But you're saying, sorry.
There's a constant drip of like pleasure. Like every day there's something new, and it's a really repetitive cycle that happens very quickly that makes you spend hours on that game. And I will play that game and not even realize 8 hours has gone by, because it sucks you in, man. And I really want a girlfriend, both in this game and in real life, but mostly in this game. Like,
you can get girlfriends in this game?
Yeah, you give them gifts, and it's hilarious.
You farm them vegetables?
Yeah, well, I'm going after this one girl named Leia, right? And
the streamer I'm following has Leia as his girlfriend.
Lucky man.
Yeah,
she's way into food you found just like in the wild, or she likes organic shit, right? She's like a hippie girl. So I'm just running at her with like an eggplant over my head, just running at her full speed, like, take this, because she loves eggplants, and she likes my eggplants, if you know what I mean. And by what I mean is that I only have 2 hearts with her out of like 15 or whatever, and she doesn't think highly of me. So, and there's this one girl named Penny who I'm kind of, she's like my backup plan.
Hey, it's not the size of the eggplant, it's how you eat it.
Yeah, it's how you cook it, right? But that game,
how it goes?
That's the saying. No, I've heard that before. I really like this game. It's really, the soundtrack in this game is so good. It's so good. I normally don't really listen to video game soundtracks because I just don't care, and a lot of it's really generic. But this game, man, it's all done by one guy. The whole game.
I was just about to say, if you weren't going to catch it, like, the entire thing was done by one guy. The soundtrack, the game, all of that, one person.
And that blows my mind, because just the soundtrack seems like it would take one person forever. It's so catchy and happy, and it makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah, he seems to have like nailed the perfect like psychological response.
He really did, like into an almost scary way. Like, I feel like I could just live in this world and never leave my apartment again, and just drop out of school and become a farmer in Stardew Valley. Not a real farmer. I don't think I could actually do that. And finally, I just started playing this today, and I'm actually going to write a review on it, Ikaika, just so you know. I feel like I should tell you that.
Thanks for the pitch.
Hey, no problem. It's a video game called Hyperlight Drifter. Hyperlight Drifter. Hey, Wesley, I see you nodding vigorously.
I know of this game.
It's a cool game. Yeah. It's one of those games that have been coming out lately that is very much in the 2D pixel art, 16-bit, 8-bit graphic style, but man, this game does it so well. Like, I thought I would be tired of those games because they've been constant, like the indie 16-bit platforming game or action game, but this game does it really well. And I've only been playing it for a few hours. I started playing it this morning, and it's hard, man. That's a hard video game. It's not, the checkpoints are pretty constant, and the controls are really fluid, but man, there are just a ton of enemies on screen constantly, and they're constantly trying their best to murder you as fast as possible. And I've been having kind of conflicting feelings about this game, because though I do really like it, it's very ambiguous in like a Dark Souls sense, or it gives you a lot of directions to go right at the beginning of the game, and it doesn't really lead you down one path. There's like 4 different paths you can go down. And I went to the right to this underwater temple, and it looked fantastic. But it was very difficult. I was dying constantly, and so I completed like half the tasks I needed to do there, and then I went to the left of the main town, and it was like a forest area, and it was a completely different area that was completely open to me, and it was way easier. So I think I went down the wrong path at the beginning, much like I did in Dark Souls, that a lot of people did, where they went to this graveyard first that murdered them constantly instead of going across a bridge. But I've been enjoying that. I definitely want to review it. It's a very fun game. It's pretty cheap right now. It's only like $20. There are faults though. Mostly how ambiguous it is. I think games have been doing this a lot lately, where they're very ambiguous towards the player. They don't really tell the player what to do or what things mean. And that, I feel like as a concept, that's really cool and interesting. But when it's done in practice, it can often be awful for the player. It can often lead to very frustrating moments, especially when there's no walkthroughs or guides out yet, because the game came out today.
Yeah, March 31st. Today.
Yeah, so there's nothing for it. So I'm stuck at one point that I don't know what to do. I'm kind of lost. I've just been wandering around.
Create the guide yourself.
I could create the guide myself.
Post it on YouTube, get millions of views.
I could, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Finally become a YouTube star and be the next PewDiePie. That's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, you're not Swedish.
I'm not Swedish, nor am I.
Not PewDiePie.
Yeah.
PewDiePie.
Oh, man. You guys have got the PewDiePie impressions down.
I've seen too many of those YouTube Red commercials.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's all over those. I have that ad block, so I normally...
Okay, well, that's on mobile device on my...
Oh,
on my
I see.
PC. Anything else, I don't see it.
Are they constant? Like, is that all they advertise on YouTube?
No,
now?
it's just one of the main ones that'll
Oh,
come up
okay.
every so often.
For a show. Have you watched any more of that? Okay.
I canceled my YouTube Red because I didn't want to pay for it.
Wow.
Which is sad because I have to watch ads again. And I can't watch a video and then exit out on my phone and still have the audio playing.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. Rip.
Well, rest in peace, YouTube Red for Ikaika. We have some news to talk about this week. Some stuff happened. Not a whole bunch, but some stuff. A bunch of stuff happened over spring break that's like old news now, so we're not going to report on it. But there was like way more news stories that I was kind of bummed out about because we weren't going to touch down on them. But we're going to touch down on the news stories that came out this week. First of all, Final Fantasy 15 has got some stuff going on, as Ikaika alluded to earlier. Game's coming out September 30th, which is exciting because I'm excited for that game. That's kind of far away, though, September.
It seems far away, but is it really?
It's actually, yeah, you're kind of right. It's actually not that
I was
far
thinking,
away.
is this game ever coming out? Because what, they showed it like E3 like 2012 or something?
Yeah, I think this game has been in development since like 2008.
Which means like, what, Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't going to come out until like 2020?
Don't say that.
21?
Don't say that. My heart could not take it.
You know, and then the remake, is that ever going to come out? Or are they just going to... It's
Yeah,
going to come out on PS4 when PS5
The Final
comes out.
Fantasy 7 remake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love how there's... I guess this is kind of related to news, but like I've seen like rumors that people were like, oh, we're going to launch our game on the next generation console. And then everyone's like, is that 3 years? 5 years? You know? Like,
I mean, yeah, if it's anything like the PS3, it'd be like 10 years, right?
well, yeah, like, I don't know. I think it was like 7 to 10, yeah.
Yeah,
Something
around
like
there.
that.
7 years, I think.
7 years, yeah.
It's a long time.
But I don't think they're not going to be able to do that.
No. They need that money much quicker than
Yeah.
that. Man, yeah, that
They're
Final
gonna
Fantasy 7
burn
remake.
some people, though, but...
What are you going to do? You're always going to burn somebody in this industry. People
Yeah.
are so crazy about those remakes. Also, Final Fantasy 15 related, a film was announced, much like Advent Children. If you guys ever watched that, the Final Fantasy 7 movie.
Yeah, I remember watching it at my cousin's birthday party. Well, I saw it before, but I watched it like when it was like still very new, and it was all like Final Fantasy fans, and they're all like, we were all like stoked when all the characters came out and stuff, and then the crazy fight at the end where they all like keep throwing Cloud.
They're throwing Cloud up
like-
farther and farther
wow.
into space.
They have really good like arm muscles.
Yeah, they do. For very skinny Asian people, they really can launch a 200
That's like what I never understand. Like I think it's at the end of like Final Fantasy 7 where he's like on the cliff and he's holding, I don't know who he's holding, some chick, and then like he pulls himself up from the cliff and he's holding another person too, and his arms are like twigs.
Whatever, man. Do you see that dude's sword? He has to swing that thing. That thing's at least like 400 pounds.
Maybe it's hollow on the inside.
Yeah, we don't even know.
That'd be a really shitty sword.
Or it's like some super lightweight material.
Yeah. So the weird thing about this movie is that Whoa. I don't even know. Yo, are you... Hold on. What is that? Oh, it's me.
Trying to blame us.
We're not editing that out.
No, we're not.
No,
The
we're
Final
leaving that
Fantasy
in.
15 trailer was playing. So the weird thing about this movie is that it has a bunch of big name actors in it. Aaron Paul is going to be in it. Lena Headey from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings.
And Game of Thrones.
Will be in it in like their characters will be remade in CG because this whole movie is going to be in CG.
So Sean Bean's character is going to die?
Probably. Is that a joke? I don't know. I don't know what you're referencing. Is that a Game of Thrones joke?
Pretty much everything's in. He dies.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers.
Then probably, yeah. You just spoiled
That's
that
a fun
movie.
character then.
Whatever. If you haven't seen the first season of Game of Thrones by now, then screw you. Just go watch it.
Wow, Ikaika. That's so mean. I think you added this?
Yes. Batman is coming to the Telltale franchise, so it's gonna be another like point and click type of game, but
As the Telltale games are.
Yeah. So I was thinking it's kind of interesting, and then I was reading how they were taught, like how it would actually be, and they're saying, oh, Bruce Wayne every night goes out to beat the bat, but you have to make decisions that will be critical towards what's going to happen that night, and maybe like, so I'm guessing maybe when you're like putting on the suit, maybe you choose what weapons you're going to have, because he has so many things, he can't have everything at once.
Yeah, I mean, the Telltale games generally have important decisions that actually play out later in the story. That's kind of a running theme for them, where they'll say like, "Oh, blank character will remember this." So maybe you're not beating up a villain as poorly, and then they'll remember that, and then maybe in the next episode of however in many installments are going to make, that character won't attack you because you didn't beat him up as much. They always kind of do that in the Telltale series games, but normally all of the stories, no matter what choices you made, will always lead to one point. Though that actually wasn't true for The Walking Dead Season 2 that had multiple endings, which was pretty cool to see. But yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I think Batman is a good character for this concept, and he has a good story. And also Telltale always just makes, I think, pretty constantly makes good narratively driven games.
Yeah, I've never played them, but like I have the first season of Walking Dead and then the first episode of Game of Thrones, but I still haven't played them yet. I think I'm waiting for if I get a legit computer, and if I actually decide to start streaming, those will be good ones to stream, even though they'll be old by then. But
yeah, they'll still be relevant.
I've seen, I think it was Borderlands. I've seen a playthrough of that, that was pretty funny.
That was definitely a really good Telltale game that was received pretty well, and a lot of people weren't expecting a whole lot from it too. So it was kind of cool to see it come out of nowhere.
But I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'll get it, but maybe I'll play one of my Telltale games and it'll put me into that mood where maybe I should just start buying all the games.
Definitely.
And I love Batman, so
yeah, I think this would be a really good starting point for you.
On the Batman note,
Wesley segueing.
It came out. The first trailer came out last week, but they're releasing several trailers over time. There's the Lego Batman movie, a spinoff of 2014's The Lego Movie.
Oh, that's cool.
It's featuring Batman, his Batcave. The trailer's pretty funny. We'll have to throw a link to this. But
I've seen both of those. Are pretty good.
Do you know who's
hilarious
voicing Batman?
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett, yeah.
Who did it in the Lego movie, right?
Yeah. Same same voice actor. And it's even just the teaser, like the initial trailer, is hilarious because I'll just spoil the first part, but not the rest of it. But Batman's like rapping a beat, and then he like leaves, and he's like, "Oh wait, Batman's back." Drop the mic, ting, and then it goes into the trailer. So it's hilarious.
The first Lego movie is so good.
And Will Arnett's really good.
Yeah.
I love Will Arnett.
And Michael Cera is going to be Robin.
Really?
So,
that is
Arrested Development.
That is almost too fitting. Michael Cera is like a real life Robin.
I'm not sure if it was confirmed, but I think Zach Galifianakis is supposed to be the Joker. So that's going to be very weird but interesting.
I can't really see his voice as the Joker.
Yeah, that'd be. I'm interested.
But wasn't there a Lego Batman game that came out like a few years ago though?
They've had like 3 games by now.
Yeah, Lego
So-
Batman series has been pretty
Yeah.
popular.
I've seen them on sale, just have never got them yet. So
But Will Arnett didn't voice it then.
I'm not sure who
think
voiced
so.
those. I'd have to check.
It's so weird how like the original Lego, I think Lego Star Wars was the first one,
Yeah.
and there's no dialogue at all. It was just like, "Meow," and like shrugging and stuff. And now it's like direct stuff from the movies.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's
all
getting pretty
fully
intense.
voice acted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
I mean, those are fun games, especially for younger audiences. Gets them into video games.
Yeah.
I remember Lego Island. Do you guys remember that game?
Yes. That was based on one of the Racer series, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That got me into video games. That was a Lego.
That was out
Lego
of
game.
well,
Lego
I say a long time ago, but then that makes me sound old. so-
It was a long
I
time.
It
had
was
a-
a long time
You
ago.
are old.
Yeah.
There is a secret.
I
Yeah.
had a Lego racer game for like Game Boy Advance, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was called.
They've been making Lego video games forever. Like, for a very long time.
Yeah.
Legos are the shit. That's
Legos are the shit.
The first games I played were browser-based on Lego.com. So many good games.
Dude.
Yeah.
You don't see any of those dumb Power Block games. Some Power Blocks ain't real Legos.
Yeah.
Like cheap knockoff ones.
Mega
So-
Bloks had some good games.
Mega Blocks, that's what
Yeah,
they're called.
Mega Bloks, yeah. They had some good games.
Oh, they actually made games.
Yeah, they had they had browser-based games. There's one
Oh.
really cool one based on their medieval series.
Oh, okay.
Where you could
I
like,
did not know
ride
that
a
at
dragon and shoot things up with blazing fireballs.
What are the other ones? Are like Doob blocks or do?
Oh, Duplos or
Yeah.
Legos? They're just larger
Yeah,
size.
the little kid ones.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
ending
little kid
of-
ones.
all. I just had
movies.
Legos. You guys are diving into some deep shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
have
love
all your
Legos.
fancy blocks. Yeah, Legos. That's all you need, man. Step on them, be really painful.
Stay tuned for the Lego Power Up podcast.
Yep.
Lego Block Podcast. Here we go. So the Street Fighter. I already went through this news. Street Fighter 5 store is open. They barely got their March update in there. Like the last few days of March, people were pretty curious to if anything was coming.
Do you know when the story is coming out?
Like June, maybe late April. They haven't given a solid release date for that yet. But the store actually has some pretty cool stuff in it. It has some really dumb titles that I've been buying up, like Hot Food Hurts is currently my title. And there's a cat as the picture. It's a good title. Pretty stoked about it. I think there's also one, they're pretty like self-referential about it. I think there's one that's like Scrub or like Trash. And I'm like, yeah, that's me right now. That's really fitting. So I also bought that. And they're super cheap too. And you get a lot of fight money from the story mode that they have in there right now. So you can be pretty lenient with your buying. You can even buy a few costumes. Though it's all the story mode costumes, which I actually don't think are that great. I mean, Chun-Li is a cop in one, and I think that's kind of cool, but that's all. That's all I would ever think about buying. But I don't even play Chun-Li. That's the problem when you're like super new to Street Fighter, is that you play one character because you're trash at everything. So you try to be not trash at one character. So it's not like I'm going to buy other costumes.
Just to have them.
Just to have them, I guess. I just want to be sexy Ryu in real life and in this video game.
Do they have a sexy Laura?
That is Laura.
Well, I mean,
Period.
Is there a sexier one?
There's her story mode one, which is very revealing in so many ways.
That one was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Laura's costumes are ridiculous. She's essentially wearing a bikini like made out of like t-shirts and shorts. Like it's insane. She brings a new definition to short shorts. So the Oculus came out on March 28th.
and I bought it.
Yeah, with all your money, Ikaika.
I wish.
That's just kind of cool. I mean, it's virtual reality's first real piece of hardware. I mean, there's been other virtual reality, but this is really like, yo, motherfucker, this is virtual reality. Here it comes. This is their big breakout system and software. And I've been hearing pretty okay things about it. A lot of virtual reality experiences, not as much games. And I think that's just kind of what you're coming to expect from the beginning of this software. It's unfortunate, though, to see that Eve Valkyrie apparently is not a very good game. People aren't really digging that, which is like that was their big, hey, this is a virtual reality video game. We can do this in virtual reality, and it turns out it's not a very good game. But the virtual reality worked pretty well in it.
That's what I heard. Most games were just okay, but if the virtual reality component wasn't there, then they would just be like crap games.
They would be not very good games. I heard good things about Lucky's Tale, which is a game that can be played not in virtual reality. It's like a third-person platformer that if you didn't know that it was virtual reality, you would just think that it's a normal video game.
I was thinking it's like what, you're a dog and you just chase your tail, so you just keep turning left and
Yeah, it's like the sequel to Dog's Life. Anyone know that game? No?
No.
You can poop as a dog. All right. PlayStation 4, 0.5. There were some rumors coming out about this, that I guess not really even rumors anymore. It was almost confirmed. Kotaku broke this story. Patrick Klepek and a few other journalists talked to some of their leads, being developers, asking them whether, because this was kind of like rumored around at GDC that there was a hardware update, or there's going to be a new PlayStation 4 being released with better hardware. So the details of that are still not specific. We don't really know what exactly it's going to be. Maybe it just might be like a 4K adapter, or it could be actual real hardware updates. And that would suck, I think. Because as a console user, what I want to do is buy one console that's going to be good for 7 years.
Yep.
And then I buy another console. It's not a PC. I don't want to constantly... There are people talking. I'm going to fucking fight every single one of them in the other room. They're so loud. They're all laughing. Anyways, get back on my rant. I'm not even, I have a PC and I do upgrade it constantly, but I don't want to do that with a console.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of a console is that you just buy it and then you're good.
Yeah, when I heard the news, I was like, again, really? Like, it was one thing is if it's smaller, thinner, and there's less kinks in it, but like better, like a 4K. I want that.
You want that?
I want that.
I
but
wouldn't give a shit about that at all.
I mean, I don't have 4K TV, so it really won't make a difference. But does it really matter though with the 4K, since games barely even run at 1080p?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and a lot of games.
It's only
actually
for
run
the
900.
Blu-rays, which still, if you ever seen a 4K Blu-ray, holy banana shits! That it's like I've seen Game of Thrones on 4K, and it looks clearer than real life. Like I feel like someone gave me glasses, and I don't even need glasses. It's ridiculous, but
A lot of visual fidelity there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But the thing is, we don't know what these rumors are exactly. Yeah. But man, it would be disastrous of Sony if they released an updated version of the PlayStation 4. I mean, they could try to make good on it by being like, hey, if you send us your PlayStation 4, it'll only cost you a few $100 instead of buying a whole new console.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah, that'd destroy them financially.
They could try. I don't know. The Xbox One apparently though is going to be doing a hardware revision.
The Xbox One needs a hardware revision more than the PS4 because it tried to be everything and cut back on the actual
tried to be a
processing
whole
power.
Multimedia system.
Yeah, but they cheaped out on the media or like the actual processing.
Yeah.
This is not just the fanboy in me, but I honestly keep forgetting about the Xbox One because I never hear anything about it.
I mean, it's definitely not, they actually their Gold service had a lot of really good games for free for Xbox One users. Like Sunset Overdrive was
I saw
free,
that.
and I'm like, man, that was a really that's a AAA game that they're just giving out. That makes me as a PS Plus user feel like garbage because what do we get this month? I don't even know because I don't check it anymore.
I don't know. We got Paragon last month, and that was bullshit because I downloaded it over spring break because it's a free game. I was like, oh, okay. You download it, and it's like, must need a pack to play. Okay, was that like $5? And it's like $20. So I'm like, this game isn't free. Don't bullshit me.
Not as free as you thought it was. Joke's on you.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah, so this would be weird. I mean, you're right, Wesley, though. The Xbox One does need it, though they are going to burn their current user base pretty hard.
Yeah.
Even though their current user base might not be as...
already small.
It's, smallish.
In comparison to the overall market.
To the PlayStation 4, it's smallish, but... Yeah, the PlayStation 4 doing this is really confusing, and what kind of bothers me is that they didn't get out in front of it. Like, they didn't... When these rumors were coming up, they didn't release anything.
Destroyed them. Like, if they weren't going to do it, they should have just clamped down on it and said, no, we're not going to do anything. We're going to keep it the same for at least another... I don't know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't make a promise, but they could say there's no plans at this time.
They would have a PR department
Something
go
like
in and make it sound a lot better, but by not commenting on it almost at all.
And I thought actually one of their upper level executives kind of even hinted at it too, which seems even worse.
Yeah, that's just bad PR all around.
Yeah.
Well, you know Sony, where they wear Crash Bandicoot shirts last year at E3 and say
Yeah,
nothing
like
about it.
seriously, and they say nothing.
Sony's
I mean,
full of cock teases.
Yeah.
That's their whole thing. They're one big honeypot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I felt like it could have been handled a lot better on their side instead of just letting rumors circulate and then become an actual story, because the actual video game publishers told actual journalists that it was happening. They had so much time to get in front of that, but they didn't. And now they're paying for it in the loosest way, because really it's not going to hurt them at all.
Yeah, no.
It's just kind of makes them look a little shitty for a while until they announce that it's very inconsequential.
If anything, they'll probably get more people buying the console because it's more likely to get marked down if they do release a revision.
That's true, but it also may stop sales by people waiting for this new revised console to come out, like I was going to do with a MacBook Pro, but then nothing got announced, so I just fucking bought a MacBook Pro, which is here right now, and it's been very useful during this podcast. I can look at my notes constantly. Speaking of notes and news, the NX controller had some fake mock-ups roaming around. The NX, by the way, is Nintendo's newest console. You may not have known that because no one gives a shit. But, I mean, it's very unreported on. Though at E3, it seems like Nintendo's actually going to release some real information about the console. Right now, we pretty much just know nothing. But they had fake controllers floating around that were Photoshopped images, now confirmed. Though at the time, kind of got me because it came from a few sources, and I don't know. There were some really weird, like, conspiracies floating around. Like, you could see a tree in the background, or a tree reflected in one of the controllers, and that tree is an actual tree in one of, like, a game developer's office. And I'm like, you know what, man? Maybe this story has some legs to it, but then definitely not. No, not at all.
That's hilarious that someone went to this much effort to fool people.
That's like the leaked Spider-Man image that came out a couple months ago, where people still don't know if it's real or not. But it's like, there's Iron Man flying in the background. Like, why can't it be real? But it's like, you never know. People are so good with Photoshop now.
People are very good with Photoshop. And I actually forgot to mention that these controllers were actual physical controllers that someone made. Like, they handcrafted this controller. This person is dedicated.
Oh yeah, I saw they used a 3D printer.
Yeah, they really wanted.
No, seriously, they used a 3D printer for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, IGN said they did.
Oh. I didn't. Are you lying to me?
No, I'm not lying.
You keep slyly smiling.
You think
at
like
me.
I'm saying like they're made out of cotton candy or something?
I don't know. You say something and then you smile like that.
It's a 3D printer.
All right. You're saying it.
But they look so weird. Like how can you hold
weird.
it? Like it's like a football.
Well,
but
they're not real.
I know, but still, like I don't know. This is like, remember the PS3 controllers when they first showed them? And they looked like like weird boomerangs.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's right. Yeah, those controllers are super weird.
They're hideous.
People somehow held the original Xbox controllers, and those things were monstrosities. I actually think the Nintendo 64 controller is also really bad. As a controller, it's like a 3-pronged thing. You like hold the middle dick, and then you also have your thumb on the joystick, but there's also stuff on the left that you can't really get to. I think that's a bad controller too.
We all just got used to it.
Definitely. I think right now, like the Xbox One or the Xbox controllers, the current ones, I think are the perfect video game controller.
I haven't held those in a while.
I still use them on the PC and stuff. I think they fit every need.
It's so funny though when you go to like different generations of like controllers. So like I usually use my PS4 the most, and then when I go to the PS3, I'm like, oh my god, these are so small. Like I feel like I have like giant hands. Like these are like for Donald Trump or something. They're so small.
Does Donald Trump have small hands?
I guess that's what the joke is, and he's like, I don't have small hands.
Well, he has a huge dick, so
yeah. I
mean, case closed. All right, lastly, final story of the day is that Dark Souls 3. It's weird. Dark Souls 3 is weird right now. So Dark Souls 3 came out in Japan like a week ago, and apparently the North American release date isn't for, I think, another week. I think it's going to come out on April 11th, so a bit more than a week. But the Dark Souls 3 in Japan has an English setting in the settings, and then it translates the whole thing to English. So people have been just getting, or they've been not importing, but they've been playing Dark Souls 3 on like a Japanese PlayStation Network account, and they can just play it in English. Like they have the English version of the game.
I feel like they did that specifically for YouTubers
You think?
to get more exposure right off the bat. People that would start playthroughs.
Oh, that's kind of devious.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not surprised. That's actually a really smart move.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. I mean, they also said that some things weren't in the game yet, even in in the Japanese version. They haven't gotten a patch that unlocks some other content like the multiplayer functionality. So that's weird. This whole thing's weird. Like, why would they? I don't understand any of this. I don't know. You know, I'm sure there's definitely reasons on like the developer publisher side. Maybe it's that plan that you also mentioned, Wesley. That could be it. Maybe they're just doing it for exposure because people will find this really weird like I do, but I don't know. I'm lost. I really want to play Dark Souls 3 though, but I'm not going to get a Japanese import or PlayStation Network account set up because that is too much work and I don't have time. So that's all our news stories for the day. Man, this is a long podcast. We just got done with news and now we're going on to new releases. And to be fair, this new release list is very short. We have 2 games coming out. The first one called Quantum Break, April 5th, coming out for the Xbox One, which is their big exclusive that they've been touting for a while now. It's also coming out for the PC. And Quantum Break's a weird game because that's that game that essentially wants to have a TV show running along with it. Like there's 30-minute episodes at the end of chapters of the game, like real episodes, like TV show episodes. And that's weird. The game
That is weird.
The game reminds me a lot of Alan Wake. A lot of the gameplay is a lot. It's definitely like a third-person shooter. It's action-based, and a lot of the shooting reminded me a lot of Alan Wake, and also the mobility. But it introduces some cool time stuff, time mechanics that I thought were interesting. But the gameplay also looked kind of mundane and mediocre and repetitive, but, you know, I haven't played the game, and I don't think I'm going to, so I can't really speak for it. The next game, though, coming out is Dirt Rally for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4, and this game's been in early access since May 2015, which is a long time for a game to be in early access, but it seems like they're finally going to be coming out with their full release on December. Nope, that's not the right date. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the date is. I didn't write it down in my notes, which is embarrassing. We're going to put that later.
5th?
April 5th?
Is that a Tuesday? The games come on Tuesdays?
I don't know. Maybe. Games have been doing weird shit lately. I mean, I know like Nintendo games come out on like Thursdays or Fridays or really whenever they want.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I like the dirt rally concepts of rally cars and kind of a looser terrain. It's a lot of dirt, you know, like the game implies. And rallies. It's a lot of dirt and rallies. But I find that fun. I like a racing game once every millennia, so this might be it. We'll see. The game looks really good, too. The cars look pretty fantastic. So that is actually it for new releases. 2 games, as I said. It would be short. And here we are in the question section. Questions. Just so you guys know, if you guys want to send in any questions to us, we will have an email link below where you can send in any hot topic questions that you want to ask us.
Yeah, any goth topic, any goth
topic questions. If you really want to know about chokers, let me know.
Well, you said hot topic.
I did say hot topic. I meant to say hot off the presses.
No, I like hot topic though. They have really good t-shirts.
They have a lot of video game t-shirts. My friend bought a Finish Him Mortal Kombat 2 t-shirt at Hot Topic, which was, I mean, the only thing I would ever buy from Hot Topic. I'm no longer an angsty teenager, fortunately. Just turned 20, so, you know, not in that camp anymore. So, Ikaika, you don't have any questions, right?
No.
Wesley, you don't have any questions?
No.
All right, I have a question for you all. It's what video game trope that's been introduced recently do you guys hate the most? So I'm going to give an example and an answer. I really dislike... Video games tend to have single-use items that you have to actually pay for with real money. And that video game trope like needs to go. I guess not specifically that, but like limited time use things that you have to pay real money for. A lot like kind of like a subscription where hey, this item's going to expire in 30 days and you had to pay like $5 for 30 days of this item. If I'm going to pay real money for something, I want that shit to last forever because I dropped real money into it. So that's the video game trope recently that's been created that I hate the most. Do you guys have... Ikaika?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You hate everything.
I hate how games don't have local multiplayer anymore.
Oh yeah,
Everything's online.
I would agree with that one. Yeah.
Couch multiplayer has definitely been...
What do kids do nowadays when they have
play online.
sleepovers? Yeah, but do you have to bring your friend? Oh, can you bring your console over and then we can use my mom's TV and we can both play in different rooms? No, you want to be in the same room so you can talk crap and not have to use a headset or anything. Or you're trying to be quiet because your parents tell you and your friend you have to go to sleep, but you're still up at 3 a.m. playing games.
I mean, kids these days just play games on their phones.
Yeah, too. But
so that's always multiplayer. That's the dark future we're headed towards.
But I really liked even though I was in high school, but when Call of Duty was first becoming popular again, the Modern Warfare and all those, you can still do local online and then have your friend be in the same room and you both can go online. Now it's games aren't able to do that as much anymore. Or even if you just want to do a local co-op game or a split screen, that's not even doable anymore. Just like Battlefront, the only split screen you can do is stupid missions, and they're basically trainers for stuff. Why can't we play online at least with 2 people? That's why that game would be so much better if you could do that.
I miss the days of Mario Party 3, playing with my friends, getting angry, hurting each other physically, because that game really drives people apart.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I did that a couple weeks ago. I think it was Mario Party 2. And yeah, I was kind of a dick to my friends.
That game really brings out the worst in people. What is seemingly a childish game is actually a weird psychology test.
But it's when you're losing or when people are losing, that's when they get the most upset. But if they were winning, they would be doing the same thing. Maybe not steal a star, but you battle someone for the most coins that you can possibly win. Why the hell would you not want to do that? If you think you're going to win, I'm going to take all your coins.
The switching of stars, though, is maybe the most rage-inducing, where you completely swap the amount of stars you have.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's really played against my favor a few times. Wesley, though, do you have an answer for my question that I thought up last minute?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have any. I mean...
You're just a happy-go-lucky dude.
I kind of jumped into it, so I mean... The local multiplayer would be something I'd agree on. Oh, okay. Here's one.
Here we go.
Always online games. So the aspect that most modern games require you to have an internet connection goes hand in hand with not allowing local multiplayer now. Where, I mean, what about someone that has a shitty internet connection who just wants to play the game on their own,
Yeah, it also makes games much more dependent on servers being stable.
Yeah,
which can also not happen.
It's if the server's wrong, if your internet provider doesn't have a stable connection or has downtime, it's there goes your system. It's useless.
It's extra crazy for games that don't really need to be dependent on the internet constantly. SimCity, I think, was server based. The latest SimCity that
got a lot of shit for it.
And yeah, because EA's servers were the most hot garbage and constantly crashed, and no one could play the game, which didn't need to be online constantly, but for some reason they made it like that. And that is something you see a lot more recently that people, or I guess developers, are getting behind. I mean
Black Ops 3, I think Battlefront basically is
dependent
online only.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Besides the missions, who no one really plays.
I knock Starcraft for this. Theirs is pretty much, I think you have to be on... You can do some offline play, but I don't think that was initially included. So, it's their way of having digital rights management.
Sure. I'm sure there's 101 reasons why they would want to do it, but it kind of sucks for us, the consumer, who has to deal with their shitty servers. I'm looking at you, Street Fighter. Though you can do a lot of offline stuff on Street Fighter. That's not a fair argument, but...
Can you really, besides training?
And see, I don't get this kind of trope because companies like Amazon and other newer companies are building servers that can handle this kind of workload, and it's just surprising that no one's taking advantage of it yet.
Yeah, it's surprising that video game companies, specifically, like EA, should have been fully behind it.
It's sign a deal with a major storage provider like Amazon and just have some kind of dynamic scaling of your cost with the server.
Yeah.
As you get a larger player base, sure, it costs a little more, but if it drops off, it goes down to nothing. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of crazy, especially for major companies that have the money to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, sign a major deal of like, I'll buy this X percentage of your
of your storage.
Yeah.
Like, as long as customers don't have a garbage time. I think The Division had some server. That's weird that every video game, every online focused video game like The Division, right when they announce or right when they're released, you can almost always expect for the servers to be shitty for the first night. Like, it's
because they don't know what to anticipate.
It's like but that's crazy
because they have pre-orders and all that stuff. They should
have
know
numbers.
how many people. Yeah, I don't know. You can like give them excuses, but then you're like, nah.
Video games.
Nah,
it's over. I'm out of this industry. This is dumb. I don't even know why I'm here in the first place. Video games are dead. Yeah, I mean, it's unforgivable. It's not unforgivable, but it is crazy that they can't expect, like, oh man, a lot of people are going to play this video game. This video game that we've been touting for 2 years and have shown at every major convention. Like, wow, that's crazy. A lot of people are playing this. Weird. That's my...
we totally don't want to make money by selling the game.
Well, to be fair, everyone already bought it, so...
Yeah.
Joke's on them. You all got
They have this
over.
massive fat bank account earning interest.
Yeah. They've already made their money. Well, we've already made a podcast. Man, this one's gone for a while. Look at us. We thought this was going to be a shorty.
And it's not.
And it's not. All right, well... That's going to be it from us. Thank you for listening to another edition of the Pixel Power Up podcast. Au revoir.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week.
Bye-bye.